Prior to Season of the Witch, there were a few exotics in the game for Titans that were lacking a ton, and they went and changed all 4 of those to deal more damage and give you a ×4 weapon boost by doing some sort of thing with your subclass and allowing you to get some insane damage and actually making these exotics better now. Those were the Doomfang Pauldron, Path of the Burning Steps, Eternal Warrior, and then Icefall Mantle. Now, while all of these exotics are now very strong and can give you that ×4 weapon boost, there is one in particular that I wanted to take a look at and combine with some of the new weapons from the Reprise Raid Crota's End. That is Doomfang Pauldrons on Void Titan. Now, with this build, you can actually change out Doomfangs and bring along Second Chance if you want to utilize 2 shields as well as being able to stun unstops with your shield throw, but you will lose out on that ×4 weapon boost. But you could bring in some weapon surges of your own on your boots if you choose to go with Second Chance. It just won't be as high as with Doomfangs. Now, hopping right into the subclass portion of the build, we're going to go with the Bubble for our super, Barricade of your choice, Movement Ability of your choice, Shield Throw, and then Vortex Grenades for our utility. And then for our aspects, we're going to go with Offensive Bulwark and Controlled Demolition. This build is going to be explosions everywhere, explode everything. It's going to be a blast. The fragments we're bringing along are going to be Echo of Remnants, Echo of Cessation, Echo of Starvation, and Echo of Expulsion. Echo of Expulsion pairing with Controlled Demolition allows for some ridiculous explosions from Volatile, and because when you get a kill with a Void ability, it's going to cause targets to explode, pairing that with Controlled Demolition, which anytime you hit a target with a Void ability or Volatile Explosion, it will make them volatile, so it's just a Volatile Explosion chain, one after another every time you use an ability, and then that ability is going to give you a damage bonus. It's awesome. Basically, to get that ×4 weapon boost with Doomfangs, all you're going to need to do is defeat an enemy with a Void melee, and this will give you instantly ×4 weapon surge, or you can just get a bunch of Void weapon kills and have that stack from 1 to 2 to 3, and then finally to 4. Now, when it comes to the stats in this build, I'm going with Resilience, Discipline, and then Strength, so we can get the most out of our abilities while also having a ton of damage resistance from Tier 10 Resilience. In the Artifact here, bring along things that allow you to make elemental pickups and other champion mods. All of these artifact mods this season are very strong, so just build your setup how you want. Now, when we take a look at what weapons I like to bring along here, obviously this build is going to be about using Crota's End weapons, so any Crota's End weapon will work because of the origin trait that comes along with it, Cursed Thrall, which after defeating a target with a melee attack, final blows with this weapon will cause targets to explode for a short duration, which is approximately 7 to 8 seconds, and any final blow with this weapon will have a Cursed Thrall explosion. Now, pairing that alongside the Doomfangs, which want you to get a melee kill anyways, this is a perfect combination here, so you can get tons of Cursed Thrall explosions as well as ×4 Void weapon boosts. The one weapon from Crota's End that I would recommend using the most with this build would be Word of Crota. Word of Crota also gets access to Repulsor Brace, so that on top of it is going to give you constant overshields anyways. And not only that, but if you get the Sword Logic perk on it, you're going to be getting even more damage bonus on top of the Void weapon surges, allowing you to absolutely nuke enemies with the hand cannon. And especially after this hand cannon buff, this thing with this build is actually gonna go crazy. Right now, I only have the Fang of Eerie Ute for the weapon, but it's still a very solid choice. Regardless though, make sure you bring along some sort of Crota's End weapon so you can utilize Cursed Thrall, pairing it with the Doomfang Pauldron's melee build, or Second Chance melee build. In the kinetic slot, if you want to bring along some sort of Crota's End weapon like Swordbreaker for a shotgun, that works too, or you could just go with the good old-fashioned Riptide. In the energy slot, if you're using a kinetics Crota weapon, Null Composure is a great choice here, or even Bria's Love from the seasonal drops. In the heavy slot, I've been using Deterministic Chaos with this build, and it's a great time. It's going to make things volatile. It's going to make enemies weakened. Everything is going to explode alongside of this weapon. Now, if you don't want to use that, then any Void weapon here will be a good choice. Just make sure you're building out your energy and heavy weapons with Void, so you can utilize the ×4 weapon boost. Now, finally, let's take a look at the armor mods, starting on the Doomfang version of this build, and we're going to go with Hands-On, Harmonic Siphon, and Ashes to Assets on the helmet, Melee Kickstart, Firepower, and Heavy-Handed on the gauntlets, Resistance mods on the chest, Recuperation, Elemental Charge, and Absolution on the boots, and then Outreach, Bomber, and Reaper for class item. Now, when it comes to the second chance version of this build's armor mods, what we're going to go with is Harmonic Siphon, Hands-On, and Dynamo on the helmet, Heavy-Handed, Momentum Transfer, and Impact Induction on the gauntlet, Resistance mods again on the chest. On the boots, we're going to go with 2 Void Weapon Surges and a Recuperation. If you can somehow manage to get a 3rd Void Weapon Surge on there, definitely do so. And then finally, on the class item, we're going to go with 2 Outreaches and then a Reaper. Overall, this build is actually super fun to use. As you can see in the gameplay here, everything is exploding because of our Void Weapons, because of Curse Thrall, and not only that, we're getting a ton of Void Weapon damage boosts, which is also refreshable when you get to ×4 by simply just getting 1 kill. So you can constantly have 10 seconds of Void Weapon Surge ×4, which is around a 25% damage boost. Now, if you enjoy this build and try it out for yourself, let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. This thing is an absolute beast. It is so fun to use. If you enjoyed the video, a like and subscription to the channel would be greatly appreciated. It helps me a ton as a creator. And now I have to support my new wife because I just got married on Saturday. So regardless though, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscription please. Would be greatly appreciated, and I will give you a firm handshake. And if you want to check out some more of my content, be sure to head on over to my TikTok or my Kick streams. Both will be linked in the description below. I appreciate you all making it to the end of the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.